All right, guys, so there's this new vlogging style or just YouTube video creation style that's working incredibly well in 2025. In fact, it is really changing the game in 2025. And I like to call this the grandpa method because I see a lot of grandpas or older people blowing up with this exact vlogging style. Perfect example is this video right here, how to make pickle Pepsi at home for free. Was posted a few weeks ago and this channel blew up, got over 100,000 subscribers, got millions of views on this video, made tens of thousands of dollars, and it's all in one take. And the crazy thing is this video looked like it was recorded on an old Nokia phone camera from the early 2000s. Like everything about the video is super amateur. It was recorded in one take. There's no thumbnail, or the thumbnail is just a still shot of the video. It's just super basic, and yet it still got millions of views. So I call this the grandpa method of making videos, even though this can be used by anybody. The reason I call it the grandpa method is just because there's like so many older people using this method to absolutely blow up on YouTube. So I'm gonna go through 5 different ways that you can use this method, and I'm gonna be giving you a bunch of different examples of different people and different niches using this exact method to blow up, get tons of views, tons of subscribers, and make tons of money. So if you appreciate me making this type of video, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's jump into it right now. All right, so the first thing that makes this method work so well is raw authenticity. So speaking of raw, this guy on his channel grows a bunch of raw vegetables and fruits, and he lives off grid. So this is Anders Boysen, and this guy is absolutely crushing it right now. He's a 36-year-old from Denmark, and he made a decision that changed everything. He basically walked away from city life completely, and he just packed up and left everything behind. And now he's building an off-grid cabin in the forest, and he basically just took a small piece of land that was relatively affordable, and he's turning it into a self-sufficient homestead. And he had this video that blew up called How Tiny Living Drastically Changed My Work Life, Surviving on a Minimal Income. Now, this video was recorded with very few edits, if any, quite simple to make as well. The thumbnail is pretty simple, no more 9 to 5, and he got over 1.5 million views with this video. Now, generally speaking, with a video like this, which is a little bit educational, he's probably making at least $5 per 1,000 views. So if you do the math there, he's probably made at least $7.5 thousand from this video. And that's a pretty conservative estimate. Chances are he's probably making more than that. And the crazy thing about his content is not only are the videos themselves raw and authentic, but the way he builds his channel is raw and authentic. He talks about a lot of setbacks, for instance, that he has building this homestead. Every failure, every mistake, every problem, he shows it all on camera, the good and the bad. For instance, even having his tiny house stolen became content. And most people would hide that kind of embarrassment, right? But Anders turned it into his most engaging content. And this guy just started vlogging 1 year ago. 1 year ago, he had 0 subscribers, and now look what he's accomplished. Nearly 100,000 subscribers, and probably making far more than he needs to survive from his YouTube channel with this minimalist lifestyle. Thousands and thousands of dollars a month. And that's just from AdSense alone. He also has other ways he's making money on his channel. For instance, he also has a page where people donate to him, and he likely has affiliate links on his videos as well, where he makes a little bit of money when people click on that link and they end up buying stuff. All right, quick break. This Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm hosting a free live workshop called Make Money with YouTube, YouTube Secrets. At this workshop, I'm gonna be giving away my brand new tool, 30-second scriptwriter, for free. This is a lightning fast content creation tool that I've been working on. It's powered by GPT, trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, my philosophy, scripts, and coaching sessions, and with it, you can generate a ready-to-use YouTube script in as little as 30 seconds. And I'm giving it away for this one time only at the workshop. So make sure you show up, click the link in the description or the pinned comment below, and when you're done registering, make sure to click on Add This to Your Calendar so it'll show up in your Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar in order to get our GPT. Now, you'll also be able to ask me questions live, so I look forward to meeting you. See you Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, the next piece of the puzzle that makes this style of content work so well is showing vulnerability. So this is the part that I really like because a lot of people come to me and they're like, Shane, I'm not an expert on anything. I don't feel like I could teach anybody anything. And 99% of the time, that is not true. You are very likely an expert on something. You're in the top 90th percentile of something, and you just don't even realize it. But with that being said, let's assume that you're actually not an expert on anything. You can still monetize the bad things that have happened to you in your life, right? Let's just say you're down bad, like you just have nothing going for you. You know, you're a 30-year-old working a dead-end job. You don't have any special skills or anything. You're just down bad. You got nothing going for you in your life. You can still monetize the bad things in your life. When life gives you lemons, you can turn that into lemonade, just like Ian on YouTube. So this is one of my absolute favorite stories. I love this guy's story. Ian on YouTube is exactly what I just said. A 30-year-old working a dead-end job. Not my words, his words, right? I'm not trying to bully him at all. In fact, I really like his channel and everything he does. And he basically posted a video called, "Why Am I a 30-Year-Old Working a Dead-End Retail Job?" Before this, his channel had gotten a few views here and there, but he probably wasn't making even close to a full-time income from it, probably not even side hustle money. But this video changed everything for him. It blew up, got over 3 million views, and it made him at least $15,000 from AdSense. And if you scroll into the comments section of this video, you will see thousands, literally thousands of dollars in donations. In fact, it's probably in the tens of thousands range in a single video, which is absolutely insane. Plus, he's probably making money from other methods, or at least he should be. Ian, if you see this, contact me if you're not making money from your channel, because we could definitely help you with that. But yeah, he absolutely blew up his channel, and he is likely making at least 6 figures a year from this channel just from AdSense alone. And from the other methods, he might even be making multiple 6 figures a year, which is absolutely insane. And he did it all because when life gave him lemons, he made it into lemonade. He did not have much going for him, right? He's one of those people who, one of those 1% of people who could honestly say, possibly, that they're not an expert at anything. Which, first of all, you don't need to be an expert to make content on YouTube. You just need to be a few steps ahead of other people that you could help. But second of all, even if you aren't an expert or you don't think that you could teach anybody anything, you can still monetize the bad experiences that you've had in your life. Now, am I saying you should make your whole channel like this? Not necessarily. But the lesson here is that you should show the negatives, right? You should be vulnerable and show your losses as well as your wins on your channel, because people really appreciate that. There's a reason that so many people donated to him. It's because they related to him. You know, a lot of people are either working dead-end jobs or they have worked dead-end jobs in the past and they related to him, and now they want to see him win, which is amazing. Okay, so the third piece of advice is for the 99% of people that have something that they could teach someone else, which is almost everybody. And that is being a casual authority. Now, what do I mean by casual authority versus just an authority in general? Well, if you're an authority on a subject, you typically come across as kind of an expert. You probably come across as a little bit opinionated. And for some people, that just rubs them the wrong way, right? They just don't relate to that. It's not relatable. You know, if LeBron James came to me and he was trying to teach me basketball, I don't know how much I could relate to that, because he's so good at basketball that I just don't know how much I'd even be able to learn from him, because he's been better than I am at basketball since he was probably like 4 years old. So he doesn't even remember being as bad as I am at basketball. Whereas if someone who's like a pretty good college player or a pretty good high school player even, and then they became a coach or a trainer, tried to teach me the basics of basketball, I'd probably learn a lot more from them. And that is what I mean by being a casual authority. You're just a few steps ahead of somebody else. So if you're a 3 out of 10, you can teach a 1 out of 10 how to be a 3 out of 10. If you're a 5 out of 10, you can teach a 3 out of 10 how to get to 5 out of 10. If you're a 7 out of 10, you can teach a 5 out of 10 how to get to 7 out of 10, or anyone below that. You do not need to be a world-renowned expert at whatever you're doing. In fact, many times, if you're less of an expert, you're more relatable to people, and it's gonna be easier for them to learn from you. So here's a great example of that. My Retired Life. He covers topics from leisure and travel to being able to retire yourself. And he does it from a retiree's perspective, someone who just retired. And he gives advice based on his life experience. Now, his videos are typically him just giving advice while walking outside with little to no edits and no fancy equipment, no fancy thumbnails or anything like that, just him walking and talking. So it basically feels like you're walking and talking with him, like you're getting advice from a wise uncle or a wise grandpa. And he has this video with a compelling title, 5 Things You Should Never Tell Anybody. Great advice delivered in the most casual way possible. And it was posted just a few months ago, and it's already made over $5,000. So this gentleman retired, He decided to make a channel, helping other people retire or just giving advice in general. And he made $5,000 from a video that probably only took him 20 to 30 total minutes to do everything, 20 to 30 minutes in total. And he's using this basic, boring vlogging style. And this brings me to the next point, which will really help you nail this style, which is unfiltered simplicity. Sometimes the most powerful vlogging style is the simplest. Just sitting down somewhere and talking and letting the raw environment do all the work. No edits, no B-roll footage, no fancy graphics, just your presence and your message. And this approach might seem too simple to work, but just look at Dry Creek Wrangler School as an example, because this is one of the most engaging styles right now. People are tired of perfect sets with perfect production quality, right? That's why they're not watching TV and they're watching YouTube instead. People are tired of crazy retention editing. That's why they're not watching short form TikTok content and they're not watching Mr. Beast style content. They're watching normal YouTube videos instead, right? This highly polished content is getting way fewer views. But this style of content that Dry Creek Wrangler School does feels like a real conversation. So check out this style of content that he makes. He just sits somewhere on his farm. He records himself talking about whatever topic is on his mind, basically whatever he's thinking about on that particular day. No script, no outline, no preparation, just raw thoughts delivered authentically with little to no editing. And the results are absolutely incredible. This video, for instance, when you just ain't got it together, has made at least $37,000 and it's gotten over 7 million views. And what's interesting about his channel, this is a little bit of a side note, but I think this is really cool. In a lot of his videos, you can actually hear the background and the surroundings. So you can hear the birds chirping, the wind blowing, and farm sounds. And most YouTube advice would say, this is terrible. You need perfect audio. But he doesn't do that and he's succeeding with it because that's kind of part of the ambiance of his style of video creation is you can kind of hear the sounds that he's hearing on his farm. So it really feels like you're there with him. And another really cool up and coming channel that I just found that has blown up recently is this channel right here, Stephen Nguyen, PharmD MPH. Now, this channel caught my eye because I used to be a PharmD myself. In fact, I still am a PharmD. I just don't work as a pharmacist anymore, so I'm a retired pharmacist. But what I love about his channel is he makes his videos while driving either to work or from work in his car. So he makes his videos while he's driving in his car. I believe he has a Tesla, by the way, so it's self-driving for him. He's not endangering anybody. But he makes his videos while he's driving a car. And he basically just talks about certain topics almost off the top of his head with little to no edits. It's very raw, authentic, and it's unfiltered simplicity. And he talks about all different types of topics like how he was fired from Walgreens as a pharmacist, all the way to 53 units were hit by the recession. Here's what I learned. So basically, he's talking about his real estate investments, essentially. And I think the coolest thing about his channel is he makes his videos while he's driving in his car. So he would have been basically doing nothing at this time anyways. He's not taking any extra time out of his day. He's just recording his videos while he's driving to and from work. Absolutely brilliant. So that just shows you don't need a lot of extra time to do this style of video, which is amazing. And again, it's just a boring vlogging style where you just talk without any edits or very few edits. And people are blowing up left and right doing this style.
All right, guys, for 1 month only, we are accepting people into our coaching program, Content Growth Engine, where we help you to grow and make money from your personal brand. Now, this can apply to people who are just trying to get a better job, just grow their personal brand to get a better job. Literally the best way to do this. For instance, one of our clients, Josh, was able to get an offer from 2 different FANG companies, which are the hardest companies in the world to get into, even harder than Ivy League universities. Using his personal brand, or just as a side hustle, right? Just as a way to make a little bit of extra money on the side. We teach people how to do this, or people who are already making money to make more money, or people who already have a full-fledged business and they're crushing it and they're, already have a successful YouTube channel and they want to optimize their YouTube channel and make even more money. So we've worked with literally every one of those types of people. And what makes our system so good is that we combine all of the best practices of building a personal brand, but we use AI to scale things to make it 10 times more efficient. It's something that no one else has ever discovered. It's an amazing opportunity, and that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. So we are accepting 3 to 5 people into the first cohort. You need to be very dedicated, right? Do not apply if you're not super dedicated to growing your personal brand. So you have to be serious, you have to be dedicated, you have to be willing to put in the time, effort, and money that it takes to grow a personal brand. So if that's you, go ahead, apply in the description in the pinned comment below, and hopefully we get to work together. Have a good one. Bye.
Now, the next thing that makes this style work is simple shifts. See, not every video you make is gonna blow up. Very few people are gonna post one video in this style and it blows up. Oftentimes, you're gonna have to do 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 videos or more before one of them takes off. But these videos don't take that long to make. So in the grand scheme of things, you're probably spending way less time making this style of content before one of your videos actually blows up. And a really good example of this is Ruari. Now, I might be mispronouncing this guy's channel name, and I believe his channel handle is Therapist Ruari. And he talks about psychology in human behavior, healthy relationships, healing and personal growth, and they're all valuable topics that people really need. But here's what's interesting about his journey. So he started a year ago with a completely different approach. He was posting long form podcast episodes, which were like 40-minute episodes with static cover images. And they were very formal, very traditional, and very boring. And his largest view count after many videos posted was only about 1.3 thousand. So he was stuck, frustrated, and ready to quit. Then he made a crucial decision. He switched his entire approach. He started making casual, kind of boring vlog style videos outside of his house. And sometimes they were sitting in his house on his couch, but they were very simple thumbnails with just the screenshot from his videos and some simple text. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. And after switching to this vlogging style, something amazing happened. He started gaining massive amounts of views. For instance, this video right here, 10 years as a therapist, this is what people regret most. Got over 1 million views in just 5 months, right? 1 million views from a simple conversation, a video with little to no edits. And with this video, he likely made at least $5 per 1,000 views, so he probably made at least $5,000. And a bunch of his other videos blew up as well. And it's not just the AdSense money he's making, he offers one-on-one consultations, so he's probably getting a lot of those from people. So I would be absolutely shocked if he's not making at least 6 figures, if not multiple 6 figures from this channel. And Ruari, if you're seeing this and you're not making that kind of money, you need to book a call with me down in the description in the pinned comment below, because you should be. Or at the very least, you need to attend the live training. Link in the description in the pinned comment below, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. But yeah, he made some slight shifts, right? He changed things. He evolved from podcast style content to more boring vlog style content. And then he talked about a bunch of different topics, and then some of them took off. So a lot of the time you have to make these slight little shifts. And then when something takes off, make more videos about that thing, because obviously that thing is what resonates with your audience. So yeah, this is a new style. If you're making these videos that take way too long to make, way too much editing, way too much planning, way too much scripting, drop everything you're doing and just start trying this vlogging style, because this boring vlogging style works in so many different niches. This is what people really want these days. And even on my own channel, just a year or two ago, I was making videos that had animations that take a week to do, right? Each video would take one editor a full week, sometimes multiple weeks to do. And now we're making much simpler videos that take a day or two max to create. Now, the big key here is choosing the right niche, making little changes in your niche, trying different like sub niches out, and also coming up with the video ideas. And that's exactly what I'm gonna go over in my training this Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out in the description in the pinned comment below. Do not miss out on this. I'll only be doing it one time. This is the same stuff that I give away to my coaching clients that pay me thousands of dollars, and you get it completely free. Plus you're going to get an AI tool that makes it all much easier. So do not miss out on it. This Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Put it in your calendar as well, and I'll answer any questions you have. Literally, if I have to stay an extra hour, I'll stay an extra hour answering every single question that you have. Now, for those of you who are either already successful YouTubers that are getting a lot of views, or you're business owners, or you're a high-level professional, I do have a coaching program that can speed up the entire process of growing and making money on YouTube. I've literally gotten hundreds of people results at this point. You can see a bunch of these testimonials and stories with the second link in the description in the pinned comment below. So click that link to check those out. And if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube, then go ahead and book a call with me. On this call, we'll figure out where you are right now, where you want to be. We'll make a plan to get there, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together or not. This call will be valuable whether or not we end up working together. So go ahead and check it out, but only if you're very serious about growing and making money on YouTube. And just as an example, you can check out a video where I interviewed one of my clients who went from 30K a month all the way up to over 500K a month within 9 months by clicking right here.